so welcome back to my channel. Today's video is on how to get ready for a Zoom or FaceTime, and we're living in some really strange times, and I thought this video would be very helpful for people who are still working from home. They still have to FaceTime with their team or their boss or part of Zoom meetings. I personally am not working, so I don't have to worry about that, but I know a thing or two about light and makeup, so I figured I should make this video and kind of to help everyone out. And so I'm going to talk about three things. I'm going to talk about hair and makeup, how to actually get ready, and then I'm going to talk about light and different angles. So first things first, I'm just going to go ahead and start on the makeup because I don't have anything on my face except for foundation and concealer, and it's killing me how pale I look. So the only thing I did this morning was wash my face. I put my moisturizer on, my eye cream and everything, and I just put my foundation on and my concealer. I didn't do a primer, so you can definitely skip that step. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with my eyebrows. I have pretty good eyebrows, but if your eyebrows are not as thick or they are kind of crazy, just brushing them up could be like life-changing. So I'm just gonna take a spoolie. This is just like one of those like disposable ones, and I'm just gonna kind of brush up my eyebrows. I could fill them in a little bit, but I think I'm okay with just letting them be. But I'm just brushing them up, so they just look like better and smoother. And so then I'm gonna go in with my bronzer. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take the bronzer to kind of give my face some dimension so it doesn't look as round as it is. So I'm just using this MAC one, and I'm just gonna use a fluffy brush. This is not too stiff, but it's not too big either. So this is the thing with brushes. The smaller or the more tighter they are, the more product they're gonna put on the face. And the bigger they are, they're gonna kind of blur out the product. And I'm just gonna take the bronzer, and I'm gonna start on the side of my face, and I'm kind of putting it like up here. I'm not going down there because a lot of people tend to make that mistake. Your cheekbone is not as low as you think it is. So I'm just gonna kind of bring some warmth into my face. And I'm using a bronzer because it has like a slight shimmer too. So then I can, I think I'm gonna still put a highlighter on, but I'm not. But if you didn't want to do that, you can use a bronzer that has like some shimmer in it, so it'll bring kind of like a little bit of a glow to your face. I'm going around the temples, on my forehead. Then I'm gonna go under my chin. So you can definitely do this with a contouring powder. I'm just doing it with a bronzer. I'm kind of bringing it forward towards my cheek, but not too much. Like, I'm not putting it on the apples of my cheek, but I still kind of want to bring a little bit warmth to my face. So I'm kind of bringing it up. Next thing I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna just put a little bit of highlighter. So I'm just gonna take my finger. So I'm just gonna go and put a little bit. And I'm gonna kind of blend it out with my finger. And since I do have the highlighter handy, what I'm gonna do is I am just gonna pop a little bit on the inner corner of my eyes, so they just look a little bit more awake and open. Something really simple, something that's gonna take you 2 seconds to do, and I'm using the same product that I use to highlight on my cheeks. So that's done. So what I do is I go back, and I know everybody does their powder and then highlight on top of it. I do it the opposite way. because I really like my highlight to be really built into my skin. I don't like for it to look like I just applied highlighter on my face. So try that, maybe it'll work. It also works on people with really oily skin, because if you do your powder and blah 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 and then you put a highlighter on top, it's just sitting there. And if your skin tends to get oily, in maybe a couple of hours it's going to be super shiny. It's almost going to look like a little bit more sweaty than glowy and pretty. So I always do my foundation, I'll do my bronzer, I'll do my highlighter, and then I'll go back and powder on top of it, so it looks like really built in. I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury powder. I'm gonna just go everywhere, especially on the areas where I get oily, which is my nose, my forehead. But I'm not gonna put a lot of powder, because when you FaceTime someone, it actually, like, they'll be able to see every little detail on your face. The camera gives more exposure than the person looking at you in person. So you don't want to make it too powdery or cakey, because that's going to show. So I would definitely try to use more liquid formulas, like even my highlighter was more like a creamy instead of. And since I have the powder, I'm just going to go ahead and set my under eyes too. So for the under eyes, I'm going to take a little bit more product than I normally would. So I'm really going to just kind of go in there and make sure that my brush is kind of filled up with the powder. And then you're going to go and look down. I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. And then I'm going to put on some mascara. Definitely a mascara girl over eye. So I'm going to use my eyelash curler. I'm not doing any eyeshadow, none of that. Nobody's gonna know that you applied 3 different eyeshadows on your face. And I'm using the Benefit Bad Girl Mascara, Love This Mascara. Another tip that you can try is that when you take your mascara out, instead of going straight to the eyes, just take all that extra product off. You don't need it, trust me. And then you want to hold it at the roots, maybe for a few seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then kind of just wiggle it out. Now I'm not putting any more, I'm not going back in my mascara. I'm just using the same thing. Whatever is left on here, I'm just going to use it on the other eye. But you can see how much more this eye looks more open and nice and bright. So I'm going to go as close as to the roots as I can. Hold it, because this is what's going to kind of curl it. I definitely poke my eye a little bit. This is way harder than it looks. It's way harder to record yourself while you're doing your makeup than when you actually do it. So all these things do happen. So as you can see, there's a little bit of mascara under my eye. But you know what we're gonna do? I'll just show you how I clean it off. So if that does happen, don't freak out. Just let it dry. You don't want to clean it right away. You just want it to dry. I'm gonna do the bottom lashes too, because I feel like that can really make your eyes look more open and awake. So I'm definitely gonna do that. So that little spoolie thing that we used in the beginning to brush up our eyebrows, I'm just gonna use this to clean that mascara off of my face. Since it's dry, it's not gonna spread and it's gonna come right off. See, it's gone. And I'm definitely not going to wear anything too light because it's going to wash you out. Nothing too bright because it can be pretty distracting. You don't need to go on like Zoom or FaceTime with like a perfectly outlined red lip. I just don't think it's necessary. So I'm going to kind of use this, like, it's almost like a, I don't know, a lip stain. It's from NYX and it's the Powder Puff Lippy. It looks like nice and bright, but when you actually put it on, it kind of gives it like a stain kind of look. You do the same for me every day. You say you love in the way we. I am obsessed with mixing my lipsticks. You don't have to do that. You can just pick one color and just go with it. I will go the extra mile and just put on like a pink on top of it. And then I'm going to use the same thing. I'm just going to put a little bit of that on my hand. I'm going to take my brush. And I didn't pick up a new blush or anything. I'm just going to pop a little bit of that color on my cheeks. So what this is doing is bringing a little bit of color to your face so you don't look washed out. It's gonna make your face look brighter and you're gonna look more awake. Okay, so this was the makeup. So now the hair. Okay, so I washed my hair yesterday. It's pretty greasy in the front. You can always just dry shampoo it and kind of fluff it up. You can, if it's too oily or greasy or too flat in the front, just re-wet the front and just blow dry that part again. Something simple, something really fast. So I'm gonna do. Okay, so this is my hair. Now I'm just gonna curl the front part of it. Back, who cares? Those hairs are not invited to the party, so I'm just gonna let it be. So I'm just gonna take some dry shampoo. This is the Batiste one. So as you can see, it definitely gives it that like white residue. So what you have to do is just really massage it in, and then you'll see that it'll kind of disappear. Okay, so I part my hair this way. What I'm gonna do, I'm just literally just curling the hairs that are like in front of my ear. I don't even care about the back, like the hairs. Right. Just gonna take a curling iron. I think this is like 1 inch and 1/4, and I'm gonna curl my hair. You totally don't have to curl your hair. You can just blow dry it. All I'm saying is just do a little bit something, so it looks like you got ready for work. And you should be able to do it because you're not driving anywhere. You don't even have to really worry about getting dressed up, as long as you just wear something nice and professional looking on top. It doesn't matter. You can be in your pajamas. At the bottom, like nobody's gonna be able to tell. So I'm just gonna leave my bang area out, and then I'm doing the same thing on this side. I'm just taking the front part of my hair and I am going to curl it. You see, now when you bring the back hair to the front, it just all kind of goes together, so you don't really have to worry about it. Nobody's gonna look on the back of your head and be like, oh, you didn't fix your hair today from the back. So just gonna do things that, and my mirror is like under my phone, so that's why I'm having to kind of go down. Sitting in the silence, I wonder where the time went. When I see you smiling, I can feel you when it's vibrant. curling all my hairs away from my face. I'm not going towards my face. You always want to curl your hair away from the face, unless you're doing a particular hairstyle. You're always curling away from your face. Okay, so you definitely don't have to curl your hair, but just do something. All I'm trying to show is that just do something to the front part of your hair so it looks like you got dressed and you still care and you want to just look professional. So that's that. And then another thing that you can do is put on some jewelry. I just put on like my little gold earrings. Nothing fancy, nothing too distracting, but just something so it just looks like you put on some effort and you actually thought about work. I would just wear something solid, nothing with a lot of pattern. It could be very distracting. I wear something black or something. I wear a lot of purples, like this kind of has like a purple tint to it because I have green eyes, so I think the purple in the clothes kind of makes your eyes pop. So you can definitely do that. If you have brown eyes, which most of the population does have brown eyes, something with blue, navy works really well. It'll always make the brown in your eyes like stand out more. So that's that. And then if all else fails, just put on your glasses. I think it can really make you look like you have your stuff together, even if you don't. So if you really didn't have time, I would just brush up my eyebrows and put my glasses on and maybe some lipstick, and then you can use the same color on your cheeks. That's it. So let's move on to light and angles. So I have a ring light behind me where I record, so that works for me. I can record at any time of the day, and I think you can actually see it in my glasses that I have a ring light right behind me. But if you didn't, which most of us don't, what you would do is that, okay, so I'm just gonna pick up my phone and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna walk around my room and I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about, okay? Alright, so this is like me getting up, and you can see the window is behind me, and then you can see how many shadows it's making in my face. So you just can kind of walk around and see where you get the most light and where you get the most amount of like where it looks the best, like your face looks nice and bright. So this is where I think in my room, this is where it looks the best. Like the window is right behind your phone. It's just like when you take a selfie. Also the angle. You don't want something too low, because this is what's gonna happen. The double chin. Even the skinniest people will have a double chin. If you talk to somebody like with this angle, you always want it, like you want it to be a little bit above your eye level. Just a little bit, not a whole lot. But basically, kind of like when you're about to take a selfie, but not really. You're not like up here, but you're just a little bit above eye level. And as you can see, I did not make my bed, but oh well, it's okay. It's the quarantine life. So if you're working on a laptop or something, and obviously you cannot hold up your laptop like this, but what you can do is just maybe put a box under it, one of those like delivery boxes that's been sitting in your garage for a while. Just put that and put your laptop on top of it, so you have a little bit more height and you're not like looking down the whole time, because that's really unflattering for any. You just want to make sure you have a little bit of color on your face. Put on some jewelry, like fluff up your hair, and even if you don't want to curl your hair, so I'm gonna go back to my ring light. So okay, even if you have your hair up, okay, your hair is super oily, you don't want to wash it, like you don't want this, okay? So even if I was gonna make a ponytail, right, like you don't want to do this, because how much face are you getting? Why? So even if you have your hair up in a ponytail, it's super oily, you don't care, it's Friday, you just want to like finish work and get it over with. So all you have to do is pull out your hair a little bit, but just or maybe pull some hair out so it kind of cuts your face and kind of like a more like flattering angle. So these are little things that you can do. So I'm just gonna go back, fluff up my hair. So I hope you guys try one of these tricks out, or next time you FaceTime. And the reality is that there's Ramadan coming up and Eid coming up, but we're still in quarantine. We're gonna be FaceTiming a lot of people in Ramadan, and with graduations, a lot of graduations happen in May. So you just really want to put your best face forward. Things like just fluff up your hair, put on some lipstick, put the same color on your cheeks. Little things like that can make a huge difference. So I hope this helps, and if you try out any of these things, please do let me know. It really motivates me to make more videos and try my best to at least upload one video a week. Thank you.